They call her the Ghost.
Ex-CIA and now dark operative on the dark web. Her job had to do with the widespread idea that there are reptilian aliens or lizard people living among us, married to us, or even ruling us. The place is LA. This is her story. Many of you heard about the lizard people's catacomb city. I was called in to seek out the real answer. What happened when I was called on by a celebrity looking for the truth to do with a set of beings from one world traveling and coming to occupy another. The beings I'm talking about are the lizard people. The lizard people do exist, and they're a species that have been trying to infiltrate us for years. This woman, who we've all seen on the big screen, by the way, had nowhere else to turn. Her fear that her husband is of another breed, a reptilian, and part of an elite group that focuses on power and ushering the human race in the direction that they want us to go. So I get over there and I meet her at a small cottage that she's rented. She answers the door. She introduces herself formally and thanks me for taking the time to meet her. I tell her I'm glad to be there and that I'd like for her to start at the beginning. How does she get this suspicion? Does she have any proof so far that her husband is not all the way human? She tells me that it all started with these meetings that her husband, TC, had been attending. Said he was participating in some actors club, sharing ideas and latest techniques. But after a while, she thought maybe he was having an affair. He would not miss these meetings. And this was all on top of the religious group he was part of, that she admits she really wanted nothing to do with. But in the name of love, she agreed to be part of it. Over time, she became obsessed about where he was going and decided to have him followed. Well, he was going to some kind of meeting at this one particular restaurant in Hollywood. But when the private investigator followed him inside, he seemed to have disappeared. It was unclear where he actually went. One time the PI got to the restaurant first and he waited. And when TC gets there, he goes to the small room in the back. The PI sneaks back there and he sees TC go through this trapdoor to an unknown place. Another story, TC always got up really early, like around 5 a.m., to take a swim in the ocean and then return home and shower. He didn't know his wife was up early. She crept up by the bathroom to see what he was doing. She saw something and it frightened her. She couldn't explain it. He was standing there in the shower and through the glass, she saw him change. When he put his face to the shower water, it changed. When he turned his back into the shower water, it changed. His skin that he went to great lengths to care for turned to that of scales, and she saw a mix of greens and yellows. She wanted to get to the bottom of this, but was afraid to. This job would be to find out who or what her husband really is and what he's a part of. So my team gets in. They brought supplies, surveillance equipment, tracking, GPS, tools to get inside, things needed when dealing with secret information, and computer equipment to help be in all places possible. After he is located, then we follow him. He just got done filming a movie that's part of a big franchise. And he's still meeting at the studio. So he's been going to Paramount every morning after his, swim shower routine. So I follow him there. So not only do we follow him to the lot, we follow him in. And the day, well, part of the day I was there didn't really send up any alarms till he meets with 3 other well-knowns. And one of them hands him this blue packet. And then he takes off and heads home. And there was something weird about that handoff. I want to find out. So I get a hold of Kay and I tell her that I know he's coming home with it, and to snoop it out if she can. Well, she does even better than that, because he gets home, and it turns out he's going golfing the rest of the day. He leaves that packet in the trunk of his car, and Kay is able to get the packet so that we can look it over for ourselves. She's already started reading it when I get in, and she has this look of horror on her face. She sees me and she just hands it to me. So I sit down and read it all over. And this packet laid out the topic for their next meeting. It reviews the plan. It kind of looked like a business document, really, with stats. And reviews of how well a company would be doing or something. This packet is about the melting of one species into another. And I'm talking about them into us. It goes over the numbers. And I can see that the result of all the computing of what they call their community shows us that they're behind in their original goals, that they check on this every year. Watching the numbers even more closely became a thing in the early 80s. The reptilian nation thought they were just going to shoot to the top, that the flip would happen soon, and that they were set to become the dominant race any minute. Their Hollywood members even put out that TV series V to help prepare the humans for the big lizard takeover. But they would come to find that they were way behind back then. The merge was put together, and they're still working towards that goal. This packet is reading explained that it was time for a spike, and they were all encouraged to keep mating, procreating with the humans.